Hello, I'm Quack, and this is Co.
One second. I'm lost.
I know you are. Video. Oh, no. I didn't end the last video. You're right. Either way, we did not end the gameplay video because we swung directly into this, I suppose. I was so excited about the fact that we just had an amazing game of Terraforming Mars.
Sure.
And now, within 10 minutes or less, because that's all we do on this channel, we're going to give you the best and worst things of this classic game.
So he doesn't know what's going on at all.
No
idea.
We have another channel that no one knows about. It's like a secret project that we're working on. It doesn't exist unless you search for it.
Well, you can't use that term.
You can't tell me.
This video
Yeah.
are already on the channel.
They have no idea what we're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It is...
It's not a secret if you tell me.
It's Quack&Co, and everything is under 10 minutes. So we're going to do our best and worst, right? After such a good gameplay, it's like the right time to do it. I didn't end the last video. That's so weird. And
you literally got up. I was so confused.
I love it. I love it. People are going to be like completely shocked. Okay, best and worst, Terraforming Mars. Who wants to start?
Which one are you starting? Best or worst? Where do you want to
go? Let's start with a best.
Didn't we literally do a video of 5 reasons not to play Terraforming Mars?
Maybe, I don't know.
Watch that video.
Yeah.
It has all the things.
Let's start with the best.
Okay, the best part about Terraforming Mars is the tableau building. It's just the engine building. You're just building an engine. You're building every single card out again and again and again. You're getting a little cycle of things going. You build this to do that, to do this, to do that. And because there's hundreds of cards and dozens of expansions and tons of content, the multiple pathways and chains that direction can take are incredible. You'll have cards you'll draft early in the game that are just like, they're so important because they're early in the game, but then late in the game they're bad. And the reverse is true as well. They have a little bit of requirements in place, so sometimes it's inherently locked in, but there's tons of cards, tons of pathways, tons of daisy chaining, and a lot to do.
The best thing about Terraforming Mars is the fact that everything integrates into a thematic principle. All the mechanics that we're doing. No, really, genuinely. I'm going to make a video called I Was Wrong About Terraforming Mars because everything you're doing, from the cards you're playing, the tableau you're building, the resources you're generating, the actions you're taking to drive endgame, it all ties into a thematic principle of what you're accomplishing, which is the terraforming of Mars. The cards, while they have some ugly artwork, actually do drive and make you feel like you're building a platform. I'm an industrialist, I'm ecological scientist, I'm an industrialist that's like getting bank loans and investing heavily into the spacecraft and landing people on the planet or driving nuclear bombs. I am remarkably thrilled by how thematic this game is when I wrote it off to start with.
You decided to become a mining engineer.
Because it was... the first game I ever played, I was a forest, ecological... I spread all the forests across the entire game, and I was competitive. In this game that we just played, I was a mining engineer, and every choice I made not only was strategically sound, but also fit the principle of what my company did, and I was competitive, up to, the wire. I love that. Yeah. I love that.
So you like the theme. You like how the interplay between the mechanics of the card.
Best thing about the game.
I love the drafting, and I'm so greedy. I get a card, and I'm like, I have to buy it, no matter what. It's like, but it's not active. You can't use it yet. You can't use it for another 2 turns. Makes no difference. It is such a good card.
This last game, I had 12 cards in my hand, and I was like, okay, do I just bite the bullet and go for planner? Or it should be even more efficient. I had no economy going on because I was going heavily on different strategy that it paid off long term, but the drafting, every single moment is ums and uhs and ahs. It's so satisfying.
It's better drafting than Blood Rages.
Oh, yes. 100%.
Absolutely.
But
100%.
Who would guess that?
People who play Terraforming Mars.
Yeah. I know! The worst thing.
The worst thing. So it's tricky because normally I would say the game length. Normally I would say the accessibility. This is a game that takes a long time to play, but we did just knock out a game in 2 hours. Now, granted, we were aggressively trying to be fast about it. We were trying to move quickly.
I would feel like I was rushed, though.
Oh, I was totally rushing.
Yeah, we were rushing. Terraforming Mars normally...
I enjoyed every second of it.
Sure.
But it was
when
rushing.
we play it not on the clock, it tends to be 2.5 hours is a fast game. 3 hours, I'd say, is a normal game. And that's before you even add in expansions. There's colonies. There's turmoil. There's all the... Turmoil, I won't even play with turmoil because I think it's a I think it's a fantastic addition to the game, but it adds 45 minutes to the experience and it's just not worth the payoff. I think it is a long game to get into, and I think that's the worst thing.
The worst thing about Terraforming Mars is I'm gonna do 2, and honestly,
you can do 2. Okay.
Both of them are cheap, which is why I'm giving myself the leniency. First off, the fact that people write it off because it's an old classic and it's kind of ugly with bad components unless you have the upgrades, right? I mean, this is all extra that we had to buy, which made the accessibility of the game insanely higher.
Yeah.
And second off is going to be that why don't we play this more? It's the accessibility, right? It's the fact that it takes 2 to 3 hours to play, and we're scared of sitting down with it.
There are multiple times in the middle of the night we finish one game, we're like, do we play Terraforming Mars? And we're like, we might be here till 2 a.m.
Yeah, we don't have the room for it.
Yeah.
That's honestly the worst thing about the title.
The worst thing is, I compare everything to this game. so there's so many games I'll be like, it was good, but I'd rather play Terraforming Mars.
Yeah, I mean, to a certain extent it is true. To a certain extent, one of the things I've actually started doing is adding to my reviews, the end of them, a little bit of like, and if you like this, do you like that? I was talking just the other day, I want to avoid it when like, if you like drafting, Terraforming Mars. I can't always be
like tableau building,
Terraforming Mars,
like resource management.
Have you heard of Monopoly? Terraforming Mars.
Exactly. So, that's the best and worst of this gem of a title. If you made it here, that means we're under 10 minutes. Hit that subscribe button down below. Leave a comment letting us know what's your favorite and least favorite thing of this game. And go watch the gameplay video where we have the most awkward of endings.
No ending. There's like no ending.